know I did literally nothing to help make this happen,
but you feel like a success.
I still feel the success. Ooh, I like that. I feel like we should write that down.
Yeah, right? Grab a picture of it while it's up. Yeah. Oh. We'll start making some. That camera really think I'm looking at the TV or it's going to be visceral. How, maybe I should. Anyway, just, what am I doing? Okay, yeah. Because you're right, I do want to do an extended, because I want to be able to watch OBS on here.
Yeah.
Display settings. Extend these displays. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And then I'm gonna. You're probably gonna want to grab the picture. The warning is. Oh, we just went back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't hit apply or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
You only got 30 seconds.
Keep
Remember.
Right.
And it's like, nah, you didn't mean it.
Exactly.
Or switch it back.
All right, now the warning's going to come up on here.
On
probably,
here?
because it's going to start, and then I'm going to see if I can send it to that screen.
Okay. Be able to read that. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna send this to you. Text or WhatsApp?
What's that?
Just doing a playthrough of a game. Okay. Yep. Okay. No, I can hear myself. Is there game audio? Not getting any of that through the headphones. That's my TV. If you can move it down to the lower corner, then at least that's a little
Yeah,
more
but I did before. It was still fine.
duplicating. Yeah. It is. I mean, that's pretty much all there is nowadays.
Welcome back to When Bad Things Happen to Good People. Streaming services remain scant. This is a really difficult film to watch. Like, not as far as content, but like just to be able to find a place
to track down
where you can watch it.
Yeah.
And even harder to get a hold of like an actual director's cut of it.
Is it,
And I'm not even sure
maybe put it into
if
the TV.
what I watched
No, then it's
is the director's cut, because
I think the version that I was able to get was because it was like 2 hours long.
mine was an hour and 53, I think.
Yeah. Well, maybe that was,
It's like almost 2
Yeah.
hours. But I also think, like, okay, so again, let's get into more of it. The explicit sexual and violent content paired with his commentary on religious institutions resulted in significant censorship. Commenting on the controversial nature, Oliver Reed, who played
Grundy.
Grandier, thank you. We never set out to make a pretty Christian film. Charlton Heston made one of those. This film is about twisted people. The British Board of Film Censors found the combination of religious themes and violent sexual imagery a serious challenge, particularly as the board was being lobbied by socially conservative pressure groups, such as the Festival of Light at the time of distribution. In order to gain a release and earn a British X certificate, suitable for those aged 18 and over, Russell made minor cuts to the more explicit nudity, mainly in the cathedral and convent sequences.
Okay, the version I watched was pretty full on in those.
Mine too.
So,
Details from the first exorcism, mainly that which indicated an anal insertion, which I don't think I saw.
no, but it wasn't clear where it was being inserted.
Right.
So, yeah.
Some shots of the crushing of Grandier's legs, which, again, I don't think we saw.
Yeah. No, that was all implied.
Yeah. And
okay.
a pantomime sequence during the climactic burning. Russell later said, Trevelyan's objections to my original cut were that the scenes of torture, such as the skewering of Grandier's tongue with needles or the breaking of his knees, simply went on too long. To him, these scenes needed only a few frames to tell the audience what was happening. After that, the sounds in their imaginations would fill in the rest. With the exception of one sequence, the Rape of Christ, which was removed in its entirety, all Trevelyan did was to tone down or reduce the scenes as I had cut them.
where it says death spot.
Okay, I mean, the version I saw had a lot of when they tear down the crucifix.
Yeah.
And
this is where I think that, like, so again, to talk about what's apparently in the director's cut that I don't think I saw, This is this paragraph here. The most significant cuts were made by Warner Brothers prior to submission to the BBFC. Two notable scenes were removed in their entirety. One was a 2.5-minute sequence featuring naked nuns sexually defiling a statue of Christ, which includes Father Mignon looking down at the scene and masturbating. Mm-hmm. So I don't remember seeing...
Oh, I saw that.
The masturbating?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I don't remember that. It may have been...
I have some comments around that, more in terms of the camera work around that, because this film, I thought from a production standpoint, I was expecting something far inferior to what I saw.
It's a good looking movie. It may have been.
I have some comments around that, more in terms of the camera work around that, because this film, I thought from a production standpoint, I was expecting something far inferior to what I saw.
It's a good looking movie. It may have been.
I have some comments around that, more in terms of the camera work around that, because this film, I thought from a production standpoint, I was expecting something far inferior to what I saw.
It's a good looking movie. It may have been.
I have some comments around that, more in terms of the camera work around that, because this film, I thought from a production standpoint, I was expecting something far inferior to what I saw.
It's a good looking movie. It may have been.
I have some comments around that, more in terms of the camera work around that, because this. I still hear it a little, like, just faint.